What's up, guys? Behind me is a 1968 Correct Craft inboard boat. We are replacing the floor and repainting. This thing's pretty rotten on the inside, but it's a great platform and canvas to restore. So here we go, 1968 Correct Craft restoration.
Alright, so I'm working right now to remove the tabbing from the old floor from the side of the boat. Now, it appears that the way that they built this boat, and I don't believe this is the original deck, but it looks like they just laid the floor on top of the stringers here and then filled the gap between the deck and the hull with spray foam, you can see on the back side here, and then they just tabbed over the spray foam. Now, tabbing a deck is a tough thing because your boat flexes when you hit waves and it wants to crack here, but that's probably the least structural way you could possibly do this. But again, the question is, do you want it to be able to breathe or not? So I don't know, we'll see what we end up doing. I'll probably end up just making it close and then bogging it in with some thickened epoxy, structural thickened epoxy. But just interesting. You know, they always say they don't build them like they used to, and sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes we learn a thing or two over the years. Alright, well, my goal is to grind as little as possible. Let's face it, grinding fiberglass is just the least fun thing you can do. But luckily, the tabbing here is so poor that I'm just able to get in here with my scraper and remove entire sections with just one hand. And then all this is just the spray foam that they built it on. So I'm just going to keep prying along, chugging along, making it happen until I'm all the way around the boat.
We got Harry out here in the rain, power washing away. The whole floor is out of this thing, so it's time to clean up the inside before we start putting pretty things back in it. You're a good man, Harry. Oh, looks much better.
Oh, it's so much better. I'd be so much happier working in here now.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is dry it out, cut all the stringers out that are untabbed and rotten, tab in new ones, and then bilge coat everything, get it set, finish cutting all the tabbing out on the edges, and then cut a new deck out, poop it in.
Beautiful. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Yes.
1 hour later.
What have you done?
I have done nothing that Mother Nature and Father Time haven't.
Oh, flop it again. Oh no.
That's a stringer right there.
Oh.
That's a structural component of the boat.
Stringers should not make slapping noises when they hit the ground.
No, it's okay. There's only a small block Chrysler sitting on it.
But I mean, we say stringer, but it's not the actual.
Oh, the engine's there, and that was there, so I think there's enough separation.
Oh, the actual structure underneath the mount there.
Yeah, maybe. Who's to say?
Yeah.
I vacuumed all the water out of there earlier.
Yeah. So listen, guys. I mean, just to help you understand this, the owner of this boat understands that there's a lot of moisture in the stringers. They want to preserve this. It was their grandfather's boat, and then their dad's boat, and now it's his boat. His grandpa just passed away, 95 years old, and I believe he may have purchased this boat brand new in 1968, his grandpa. So he wants this boat to still be usable and kind of as a showpiece for him and his family moving forward. I mean, you can already see we're gonna do our best. We've got 3 4x8 sheets of coosa board. Yeah, I mean, it's been sitting outside forever, guys.
That should be.
It's been done. The stringers have been redone apparently, but we've got 3 4x8 sheets of 3/4 inch coosa board coming to replace a lot of this structure, so we can put a new floor on this boat. The entire floor will be made out of coosa board. But you know, when discussing with the owner, what do you want to do with the stringers if we do find moisture or wetness? The result of that conversation was, if it is semi-structural, leave it. The boat is only ever going to be used to creek cruise, basically just have, like I said, as a showpiece.
The engine's not going to fall out of the boat.
Correct.
It'll fall into the boat.
Yeah, well, so again, he fully understands that on a 1968, it's not worth the money that he's currently putting into it to get it to look good again and, you know, be usable. But it is something that's meaningful for his family, and he wants it to be preserved at the very least for the rest of his lifetime. So that's what we're doing here. You know, we're gonna address a whole lot of this, a lot of this structure, but just be transparent with the owner and with you guys. I mean, this is it's a 68, so the boat is
almost 60 years old.
Almost, yeah, 60 years old. Has been repainted.
The on that side are fine. Everything's pretty dry over there. All those ones up forwards are like they left the factory.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I have no concerns there.
This one was rotten, but we're gonna replace that with coosa. We're gonna redo those with coosa back there.
Yeah, I'm feeling somewhat.
So it's just, it's that double-edged sword. You know, you could put $100,000 in this boat, and it would be a $20,000 boat. So, pick and choose your battles. We're not gonna do something that's unsafe for the owner or the boat or anyone using it. But, I mean, you know, we're gonna replace stuff like that. And if the engine's still mounted in a stringer and it holds its bolts, we're gonna leave that and not pass that expense on to the customer if they don't wanna incur that expense. So, this is what you end up with boats that are 60 years old. And you got to pick and choose your battles sometimes. And I mean, this is, for most people, you know, this is pretty extensive, intense work. And we got the right man on the job over here.
Yay.
I've been working on other things in the shop today, and Harry has been making horrible noises from the inside of this boat. Not just from cutters and machinery, but also noises that have come out of his personal body. I'll leave it at that.
It is what it is. Every day's a party.
It's what it is. This boat's gonna be looking real nice here in the next stages, but it's got to get worse before it gets better, right?
It's like an onion, just peeling back layer after layer until there's nothing left but tears.
The tears coming out of that
There's a lot of tears.
stringer right there.
I'm not helping it either.
Yeah. Are we gonna pop the windshield off?
Yeah. It needs to come off. It doesn't want to come off. It needs to.
Forward lights and cleat. Those were just tapped into the hull, right?
Those are just tapped in. The cleats have like a crazy U-bolt, I-bolt structure thing going into the core.
Yeah,
and, it's all ferrous metal. It's never coming out.
Yeah, we'll leave this
So
be.
we're gonna tape around that.
Yeah. You pulled the steps off the back. This boat's getting a whole paint job, so we're gonna roll and tip with all grip. The hull back to it's like fire engine red almost. The boat's name is Red Baron. And then the top sides, just a nice, you know, all grip white. I think a pure white is what was on it. It's what we'll put back on it. He wants it to be pure white, doesn't want eggshell or anything. And then same thing with the bottom paint. This boat lives on a trailer, but we'll put white bottom paint back on it to make it look fresh as well. Simple boat, really.
Yeah.
Engine, transmission, prop shaft, rudder, bilge pump.
There's no core to the hull either. The hull is solid glass.
That's good to know.
That's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just a big old fiberglass bathtub.
That's all it is.
And what you're seeing that's horrendous and wet is the old marine plywood that was used as floor support and
I
structure.
don't think this was marine plywood. I think this was
It's just normal plywood.
normal
Yeah,
plywood.
yeah.
Sounds great.
Moral of the story, you could spend $100,000 to restore this boat back to the way it looked from the factory. All new stringers, all new wood, you know, give it a proper paint job, spray it, I mean, redo the engine, rebuild everything. And basically have a whole new boat minus the, you know, fiberglass hull. And it's still only gonna be worth $25,000, maybe $1,000. So pick and choose your battles is all I'm saying. We're gonna replace a lot of structure of this boat to make it healthy and safe. We're using coosa, which will never rot. So it's gonna be basically the lifetime of the boat itself is the materials that we're putting back into it. But just be mindful on backyard projects like this that you don't need to spend ungodly amounts of money to make this look like it came out of the factory. Spend what you have, make it functional, make it work for you, and as long as it makes you happy.
As David Freiberger says, get it running, don't get it right.
That's right. And I like to say, you know, sometimes function over form is better. And in this case, we're gonna add a lot of form, so there is some function back, but where it is bolted in is solid. And the guy who owns this boat, he actually replaced the stringers 25 years ago himself. So we're gonna salvage what we can inside there and keep on chugging along. The coosa has arrived. Here we go. 3 sheets of 3/4 inch coosa board. And this stuff was not cheap. It's about $1,600 worth of coosa. That's gonna go into the old Correct Craft. What do you got?
Yeah. So this is one of our stringers that we're gonna have to remake.
Oh, it's templating time.
It's templating time, exactly.
Nice. I was wondering why you saved all this stuff.
Yeah.
So what was this, Harry?
This is the forwardmost stringer that lives in front of the engine. Now, it didn't come out perfectly, and honestly the tabbing was so wonky anyway, that this is just gonna be a vague idea.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do a vague trace, and then I'm gonna fit the template in there and trim it.
Yeah. If you guys remember from a little bit earlier in the video, it's that piece right there. It sits in front of the engine and its main stringer grids.
Yeah. So I need to finish chiseling out all this stuff on the edge there. So it'll all end up looking about like that.
Yeah.
Over here. And then tabbing it into everything.
Sweet.
And that'll be the strongest part of the boat.
Heck yeah. And then whatever that piece is back there.
Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna put another piece underneath that skin right there,
yeah,
because I'm just not happy with how that's turning out.
Yeah, that was the juicy piece.
and the owner doesn't want to cut the whole thing out, but I just don't feel right putting it together without at least doing something to it.
Oh, that'll add good structure back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then a deck.
And then a deck. That's just it.
Sweet. Well, we should have plenty of material. Boat Outfitters supplied the coosa for this. They are not a sponsor yet, but I'm gonna have to reach out because they sent me a hat for spending $1,600 on coosa. So thank you, Boat Outfitters. Appreciate you guys.
All right, I thought I would document how I'm templating to do all of this good stuff right here. So, basically, starting out with a piece of flat cardboard, I'm gonna go bevel the end over there so it matches the side of the boat. All right, now, it doesn't matter if it's sitting flat or not, as long as I hold it straight. Now I'm gonna take my compass and just go and trace, making sure I'm holding it vertically and it doesn't move. Like so. Now you can barely see it, but there's a perfect scribe line that when I cut this will make it match the bottom of the boat. There we go. Now, when you look at it, you can see there's almost, well, no gap underneath there the entire way across. Even if there is a little bit of gap, I'm going to go and lay a fillet in there with some 404 to help structure all of it, and we'll have a perfect template. All right, now I'm checking for squareness with my floppy straight edge. We're perfect there. We're perfect on the outer edge. I haven't checked this edge yet. So let's see what she does. We are laying perfectly flat right here. And perfectly flat here. Lining up nicely with the top of the existing stringers. Again, the gap looks really good. Following all of our shine lines. We are ready to make the stringer. Oh, the ends need trimming. All right. Well, I trimmed the ends, and I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna add some limber holes down in there. I kind of outdid myself with the template. A little bit of a gap there, but otherwise, she is tight. Everything seems straight enough. Straight enough for girls I go out with. And we should be good to go. Bevel these edges, lay a couple layers of glass on there, mix up some 404, poop her in. Sweet.
right, we got a little juice here, Harry. What do we got going on?
I'm just going, putting this casual little couple layers of glass on here. I know it's a little dry right now. All I've done at this point is wet out the underside underneath here. And then I'm gonna go mix up a little more, ladle it over, squeegee everything out. And then I have another layer of glass to go on this side. Wrap the edges, it's fine. And we're gonna flip it over, do the other side, wrap the ends, and that will be the center stringer for the boat dome.
Beautiful. And this is the edge one. You'll do the same thing.
Yeah, this is the one that runs fore and aft in line with the drive shaft.
Fantastic.
But yeah, nothing crazy going on.
Still got good temperatures outside. It's like 60 right now.
Yeah, it's getting cold, but she's gonna be alright. So I just need to go mix up some more, and then we will be all good.
Wonderful. I'm finishing up some formula work. Correct craft's looking beautiful. And we got the new formula over up there. Starting to look like a speedboat shop. Baha. Yeah.
All right, well, I haven't filmed in a minute because I've just been running around being productive, but I now have the bow section in, ready to be glassed, and the center section in, ready to be glassed. The stringers are not installed yet. I just skinned both sides of all that. Yeah, productivity is good. There we go. Nice and tight, ready to be filled and finished. All right, now here we are with the deck templated out, laid down, fitting nice and tight all around. And ready to be glassed. Now I think my plan here is to glass the underside of everything, put 2 coats of glass on there, install everything in the boat, and then put between 2 and 4 layers of glass on top, tabbing it all feathered into the sides. I'll try to film all that on time lapse for you all, and then we should have a boat that you can actually stand in. here is the underside of the foredeck. 2 layers of fiberglass on it. Not too much resin, not too little resin. Resin should be just right. Ben, thumbs up.
Well, Harry has absolutely outdone himself. We've got a new coosa floor, a couple stringers, perfectly traced and installed. We got epoxy setting up for the floor right now, so everything's flat and level. He's got a couple of intermediate braces in there to keep things nice and square while the epoxy kicks. But yeah, we got a new floor in this 68 Correct Craft, and it's looking very good. I mean, it's got to be a heck of a lot lighter than it used to be, and we actually just officially threw away all of the old plywood and glass that was in there. So 3 sheets of 3/4 inch 4x8 sheets of coosa later, bunch of epoxy, and we've got a nice new floor in this boat. Next steps, Harry already glassed the underside of all of these coosa pieces in here. So he did 2 layers of glass on the other side. He painted all of the bilges, which look great. So now, once this sets up, he'll actually put 2 or 3 layers of fiberglass over the floor, and then we can work on the little access hatch that's back here. That'll be made out of coosa, but the owner wants to be able to still access, obviously, his bilge pump, his rudder, shaft seal, prop shaft seal, and all that stuff. The battery's back there too, so easy access for those things. But that's where we're gonna leave it for this part 1 of this 68 Correct Craft restoration. Next steps is this boat's gonna get fully sanded down and fully repainted. So if you guys want to tune in for that next stage, I think that'll bring this boat to completion. But this thing is going to be looking, I mean, I think the color that we're considering is the color of this Volvo 240 here, which is Harry's, but that is like a signal red. So nothing too bright, but it should look pretty good with a nice pure white top on it as well. So as always, thank you guys for watching. This is Boat Revival by Ben, and huge shout out to Harry for all the hard work that he's put into this old girl and giving her a new fresh look on life. So we'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.